on. All right, there we go. That should be good. I'm just testing this out real quick, making sure. Yeah, okay, audio's good. Hello, everyone. Let me just share the stream real quick. All right, and we're here. So, I am back from all the like a couple of days of like having to hardcore focus on work stuff. It's been a while, so I want to work on some Oracle season stuff and also demo core CLR and a few other things. So let's actually get started. First off, I wanted to just mention we are back in 6.7 Alpha 2, not Alpha 1, Alpha 2. And the reason why is, well, I have working core CLR builds. For anybody that's a game dev and has been using Unity, a lot of us have been waiting for core CLR for 6 to 8 years. I'm not kidding, like 6 to 8 years, but the wait was worth it. So we're going to be doing builds for core CLR. And if anybody's wondering like, okay, well, do the builds work? Well, I mean, let's just show that off. I got builds working in all of the projects I've shown on stream, and I do mean every single one of them. So like for core CLR and the performance differences, fantastic. It's been a very big change in like performance, and it's just super nice. So let's actually show this off. So core CLR has been a great like just playtesting thing. I am going to turn down like audio for the game, but as you see, core CLR works. We actually do have a core CLR build, and I can actually like go through like a lot of the test stuff. And yeah, so far I have not gotten any errors with core CLR builds. No issues at all. Saying that, well, let's actually talk about what I want to do from here on out. So, several of my streams have been like self-learning, and several of them have been like winging it, kind of just like testing stuff out and so forth. Basically building up to like the idea of like, okay, I'm going to have like Unity 6.7 core CLR for all my projects. Well, now since I got that, let's actually start planning stuff out. So I'm gonna actually start like planning out stuff for like the Oracle season thing. Now, do note, like I have like a huge like a huge little like actual like obsidian project with like canvases and like game mechanic breakdowns, example images for like references, and several other things, like a lot of other stuff. So I have been like actually like doing planning and like actually like setting some stuff up and a few other things. But I want to actually set them up inside like a little task thing and actually like polish up the task. And the reason why is because I want to prepare for actual like a demo, like a full, more polished demo builds, I guess I would say. So yeah, let's actually go through that. Also, for anybody that doesn't know, I actually do have like a secondary itch account. This is not my main itch account. This is a secondary one where I do fan remakes. I do have builds. I will be adding core CLR build for testing if anybody wants to test out after I do a couple things. But from here on out, we should start actually being able to rapidly make new features. No more like having to like test out like alpha stuff and praying that we don't run into a crash. For the most part, we might have like a couple more just because, again, core CLR alpha testing. But yeah, so I want to like go through and start planning out a few things. First thing is I want to plan out the actual like I'm going to get away from enemies real quick. I'm going to actually get around here. I want to actually start planning out like the in-game menu. Like, do you know, like I can actually like switch items out and everything inside. So like if you saw like I can actually like change equipment and everything. I can actually use several items. So I can like actually like do like the little burn or like what is it called? Ember seed, stuff like that. I can drop bombs and stuff like that. And obviously I can do several other things, but I want to start like actually getting some polishing and doing a lot more. So let's actually start planning this out and actually doing what I would normally do for actual like a dev job. So I have my little backlog here. and I'm going to like take a couple moments to actually just see like what needs to be done, and like also like put out the bugs. Just show people what I have already. I have like Audio Manager. Reason why I have like Audio Manager in the early backlog is because, I mean, a lot of games you can literally open up a settings menu and literally lower like sound effects volume, background music volume, stuff like that, so you can actually tweak which one you want. So Audio Manager is basically going to allow me to do stuff like that, and a few other things. It also has utility functions for changing background music. You know, some of these I'm going to be typing out today have already been started. They just need polishing finish. Like the actual like Audio Manager actually already works, and it already changes like the background music and a few other things. And it also has like features for like playing sound effects. So there's already quite a bit there. I'm actually going to move that into the ready thing. So today is literally going to be like, this is how you would actually do it as an actual like game dev job. Like if you're actually working as a game dev job. I'm going to just do outlines and brainstorming for a few minutes of like features we need. So for example, like the in-game menu, I'm planning on having it be the player equipment. And by in-game menu, I mean like this. Well, I'm going to add like arrows to show like the equipment, items collected, game map, and also ideas for like a quick travel system. I'm thinking that instead of having like the yellow seeds used for like a quick travel, I'm going to have it where you can actually just like go to your map and quick travel from the overworld, and you don't even need to worry about gel seeds. And actually change functionality of gel seeds. So stuff like that, like talking about like things like that is what I want to do today. So today is actually going to be a major like planning day. I forgot to turn off that timer noise, but oh well. So today is going to be a major like planning day. So what do we need? I'm actually going to do dungeon 1 boss as well. So let's actually do that. Let's actually talk about the dungeon 1 boss. Like I think that'd be like a fun thing to start working on. I'm actually going to just create this, and I'm actually going to go here, and the reason why is because I want to go to the actual like boss and actually make sure I'm about to type out his name correctly. And you know, the task list I'm doing is actually going to be possible to like see publicly, so like people will actually be able to track the progress. Let's actually say Artemis. Yeah, so let's do that real quick, and let's actually do this. So we need to talk about like we're actually going to be talking about like his different stages. Combat. Let's go over his combat, shall we? Well, a couple of things real quick when we're talking about like actual like the boss. Let me actually pull up the actual like boss referencing. So let's actually do this. Let's do Oracle Seasons Dungeon 1 boss. Let's say Aquatimus. Because whenever you're actually like making your task for a game dev job, you want to make sure you actually have like references, if possible, keyword if possible, and you want to like try to like get like the original task, like have some like details in it. That way, you know, like you have a clear goal in mind of what you want to create, what you want to do, all that kind of stuff. So, what does the Aquarius combat involve? Well, he has a couple of different abilities. Flying. Actually, let's do states. Flying up, and yeah, we'll say flying up, flying and down and hitting the ground. Now, at first, I'm going to be just doing very like small, simple outlines, and then you'll see like when it comes to actual like game development, you'll start seeing like the more detailed stuff after I get the outlines. So flying up, he can fire rings. He actually can fire like rings, ring projectiles, and yeah, Actually, I am going to go back to just saying the combat, and the reason why is because I'm going to add some non-state stuff like damages player on contact. I think he has a ram attack, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him having a ram attack. Oh yeah, because he can crash against a wall. Yeah. Yeah, because he can crash against a wall, against the wall. And also notes. Projectiles. Yeah, so basically, like whenever you're making like creating like a task, if you're actually working at a studio, or even if you're just doing solo and you're like creating tasks, you want to like create like outline first, and then like after you get like the outline, you want to start like building on top of that. That way, you know, like, okay, what do I need before, like, what do you, like, you need to know like the requirements before you even start making the thing. So like, for example, you talk about like a firing projectile. Well, now since I typed this out, I know that I need some way to make it where enemies can fire projectiles. So before I can even do this task, I need to be able to have a way to actually fire projectiles, stuff like that. So that's why like creating like simple tasks like this. So I would say like for example, task relies on enemy projectile system. Which ironically, since I made that like Vampire Survivor like prototype quickly, I actually already have a projectile system. So, but it basically stuff like that. Yeah, do. So that's actually good. Let's actually like go into more detail just for now. So here's the thing. Instead of just like doing certain stuff like this, I want to actually add on to it. So I'm going to say landing after body ram. So this is going to be like I'm going to say like this is like that stage. So the flying down and hitting the ground, this is going to be the landing after body ram. Normally, you know, he just after he lands, he just starts to do like his normal like moving around projectile and stuff. That's boring. I don't want, like I said, we're wanting to add like more feel and more enjoyment to gameplay. So what I want to do is I want to say add a shockwave. So basically like when he like whenever he lands, add a outgoing ring-shaped shockwave. So yeah, because that's actually not in Oracle Seasons. That's one of the things I want to add. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make it where after the first boss actually like rams the wall and then he like flies back whenever he lands, have him do like a ground slam and it creates like a shockwave effect. So imagine this, like let's actually go to the actual like gnarled roots like dungeon. So let's actually go here real quick. Oh yeah, ignore the I was testing out yeah. Let's actually like go here for a second. Let's grab the player and just have him move over here. We're gonna just cheat this out. I don't think I enable. Okay, I do have him here. Yeah, so let's talk about this for a second. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was one stream I was testing out ideas for animation. Let's actually go back to that. So I actually did start testing out the idea of like a fast falling animation for like a ground pound. So basically the idea is like in normal game, there's moments where he'll like stop attacking. I'm gonna mute the in-game audio. Where he'll stop attacking you and he'll run and he'll ram into the wall. And then when he rams into the wall, he just basically goes back and so he like does a body attack, boom, and then he flies up and then he just like comes back down, right? That's how he normally does it in game. I want to make it where like when he rams you into the wall, he flies back up, he'll actually slam down instead of gently come down, and what it'll do is it'll actually like create like a little like shockwave. So let's say I don't think I have like a, actually no, I do have some ring base sprites. Yeah, okay, I can actually visualize this for you guys. So like my thought process is like, one thing that would be kind of fun to add is like, okay, so whenever he lands on the ground, you just have like like a little like shockwave like spread across. I mean, obviously it's not going to be this bright, but basically create like a little like shockwave that just like scales across the area. And instead of just like a circle, have like breaks in it, like decent sized breaks up, since this is going to be the first boss. So like basically like there's going to be like a shockwave, like a open path like right here, and then we'll have like you know, actually we could just do like a shockwave like this, where like he creates a shockwave and you have to like get in the center. And so basically like the shockwaves only go to like the side. And the reason why I'm saying that is because like you don't have the feather by this point, so we don't want to make it where you can actually dodge it. But yeah, stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be actually talking about. Let's create, instead of saying let's say that splits, allowing the middle to be safe. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So stuff like that is what I want to actually go through and talk about, like and actually set up today. If like figure out like how we're gonna do some boss stuff, and not just boss stuff, like so many things. We're gonna be doing a lot of like the stuff. Body ram. Let's say body ram, and let's say I'm gonna specifically say wall body ram, just so it's easier to understand. Like, okay, he's actually like the wall. So back to the initial spot. Creating the landing shockwave. Yeah, so I'm gonna say I'll specifically also say like landing shockwave. So like basically like I want to get this stuff out of the way and like actually like organize and actually like properly do this, because I mean, since I'm actually going to be properly doing development on this now, no longer like testing, I kind of want to actually do proper planning. Hey Renekton, what's up? A little beer dragon. 3 ring projectiles. Forgot the O. Anyways, so and then spits out, 3 ring projectiles. Yeah. While I'm actually doing like a simple overview of this, I'm gonna go ahead and like talk about ways to like implement this. So the reason why I said randomly, here's my thought process. If it's just on the same exact timer, it's literally just a repeated pattern. What I'm planning on doing is a random range for the timer between uses. So basically, let's say like for example, just for example, 10 to 15 seconds. Actually, you know, yeah, yeah. Let's actually, instead of 10 to 15 seconds, let's say 5 to 10 seconds. Timer is paused or reset during body ram and landing shockwave phase. So basically, the timer won't reset for him to fire again, but instead it'll actually just like pause. Okay. And then basically your normal like um, and the reason why I'm specifically pointing out the contact damage part is because I want to make it where like okay, if you just like bump into like his like back or anything, like if you manage to get behind him and it won't do contact damage. It'll like knock you back, but it won't like do contact damage. With so basically, like it'll only do contact damage with the main body, and I can actually like actually do that with my custom physics system very easily. So with the custom physics system, I made it where I can actually create different like parts of the body to have hitboxes. So for example, let's actually go and actually turn on physics debugging, because Unity Physics Core module actually has like built-in like the visualizer for if you add on to the custom physics debugging system, or sorry, the custom physics 2D module system. It's basically like a system Unity introduced that allows you to write your own like custom physics. And that is literally what I've been using for like all my stuff. So go to Aquarius, go here, make sure scale size. I'm actually gonna not scale size for a second. Oh, oh, I bet I know what it is. Let's go here. And I'm gonna, oh yeah, I had selected. I was like, wait a second, that's not right. I was like, it should still be showing it right now. There we go. Now if I close this, okay, yeah, you'll see like a very faded, like a white box, just so I can show this off. So now we actually can like say, okay, the horn is a hitbox, and I can literally say like, okay, like this part right here will be like a damaging hitbox. So like if the player like gets here, but if the player like hits the other parts of the body, it won't hurt him. I can also make it where this hitbox, where his horn is like where you damage him. So with the custom physics system I set up, like I can actually set up like different hitbox areas. So stuff like that. I'll be using something like that. So yeah. So basically, for the most part, he'll be the same in the original, like in the original Oracle seasons. I'm just going to add some new stuff too, a couple new things to him. The landing shockwave. I'm basically thinking this. When he lands after a body ram, instead of doing nothing like he does in like the original game, I want to make it where he actually just like comes down like during this moment. So like when he comes down like this, have like a little shockwave that appears on the side of the room, like and keep the middle of the room like safe. So like he'll ram to the center of the room, come back, and then quickly create a shockwave. So like you'll have to go up to dodge or down, and then when he'll quickly come back down, land, create two shockwaves, and you have to get to the middle after he finishes like leaving, like hitting the wall, something like that. It's like stuff like that. So things like that is basically what we're going to be like going over today and planning out. I want to plan out stuff like that. So yeah. So actually, I guess this will be, let's do his attacks. Oh, sorry. So that's basically like his attacks, these are his attacks, and it's the first boss. He's very like, the first boss is supposed to be very simple. So we have his list of possible attacks for a first boss. I'm thinking maybe this might be going too far, but like I'm thinking like have it where all right, I was about to open like the inventory menu, but then I remembered I actually like turned off the UI for the inventory just while I was testing something out. All right, try that again. I was thinking that for him, like what about like creating like maybe the shockwaves leave behind like a trail or something, or maybe like the like imagine this, I'll zoom in a little bit so it's easier to see. Maybe imagine like his like projectiles leave like a trail of fire. That might be going too far for the first boss. I mean it's we'll see about that. I'll go ahead and add that. Like just as notes. Yeah, I'll just add like projectile notes. Create. Ember seeds. Also, I changed my mic position and everything again, so like if the keyboard is like being like heard too loud inside the mic, anybody can comment and I'll make sure to fix it. So notes, I'm going to say brainstorming because technically all these are notes. Reason why I was thinking about doing this though is like, okay, so the first, I want to make it where each dungeon boss actually has a like is connected to like item you get. So in this dungeon, you get like the seed satchel, and you start off with ember seeds. So I thought, okay, well, wouldn't it make sense if like it's something in the side of the dungeon is related to ember seeds and not just like lighting the torches? Because like for example, if I actually grab like the player and stuff and do know this is actually already functional and everything. Like I can actually just go here and I can actually already light these and actually open the door. Also, oh, I just realized. So I made it where the torches create lighting effects, but I forgot to add where the seeds themselves, like if you just drop the seeds to add a lighting effect. Okay. I'm gonna actually do that real quick. Like I said, this task board was literally just created today after I brainstormed a little bit, and that means there's some things I already have that I need to actually add to the task board. For now, I'm just literally gonna add polishing notes for this part, or like only lit objects from, there we go, just for now. Just for now. Actually, I'll need to add that to the backlog because we're going to be like these are going to be things that I'm actually going to be working on first. So yeah, so I think like that's actually good enough overview of like what the idea for like the boss would be. Like I said, we're just going to be making like a planning, it's just a planning section for like what we're going to be doing. And if anybody's wondering, I do actually have like an itch.io page that I've been preparing for people to actually start playing. So technically the builds are there. Technically there's already a playable build there. I just haven't really made the build, or like haven't really added a lot to the build. So it's kind of like, okay, it's just like a prototype build. I'll be adding more once I get like the first set of polishing done, then I'll add like the actual like first good build, I would say. That's actually what today's like stream is about, is figuring out, okay, what is going to be in the first actual build. Audio manager, I mean, that way people can actually like change the sound effects and everything, like the volume and stuff. We're going to need to get the first boss, because I'm going to finish the entire first dungeon. It may not be polished, just warning. The dungeon might not be polished because technically you can actually go through the entire dungeon right now. Like you can actually go through the entire dungeon, first dungeon right now, and you can even like, you can literally leave it, enter it. Oh yeah, I need a update the transition system so it actually like transition, because currently I just have it where it's defaulting here. So but here on out, we're actually going to start polishing and rapidly adding new stuff. No more like having to test out custom physics and everything. I love working with the custom physics system. It's just I've been testing it in Cerebral like alpha and beta features for Unity for a long time. Like if anybody's like seen my previous streams, you guys have seen where I've been like working to prepare for like CoreCLR. It's so good. Actually having CoreCLR in my like actually in my hands for Unity builds is so nice, and they actually just work. So yeah, what else do we need? I'm actually gonna create a Dungeon 1 task note for enemies. Dungeon 1 enemies. I'll probably create separate tasks for the enemies down the line, but I just want to keep track of like what is needed. So floor masters, Skeletos or Scalfos, yeah. Keys are actually pretty much 100% done. I just want to add a couple of things to them so they're not just boring. Scalfos is almost done. I want to make it where every, like very rarely, only once per room, one of them will throw like its own skull. Like I actually want to add like a new attack abilities for Scalfos. Actually, let's actually set that up. Or maybe not even just their own skull, maybe just like a bone, because I want to add stuff to the actual like base game. You know, actually, we'll do this. We're gonna do this real quick, and if I need to like increase the size of font here, I'll do this so it's easier for people to see. And if anybody has any suggestions or ideas, I'm always down for like feedback, or like if there's anything in the like the original Oracle seasons that they thought, okay, back then it was okay, but now since we have like modern like ability, like technology, like what can we do for quality of life stuff, I'd be happy to listen to people. Like that's why I'm thinking, that's why I'm like bringing the like satchel seed system. There's actually a hotkey button where you can actually switch out the seeds whenever you have the seed satchel equipped. That way you don't have to go into the inventory and actually manually switch seeds. Need to be able to grab the player. Again, going to just do a short summary just for a current moment. Transition back to the start of the dungeon. Alright. It actually relies on another task. So, but we'll get into that. Keys, oh, what is the, oh boy, I literally have them named in here. I forgot what the little jelly things are called. Let's go to jelly thing. Okay, maybe I don't have them called. All right. It's like, Zols, right? Like there's Zols, right? Yeah, red Zols. Okay, red Zols. For anybody that doesn't know, like, what I'm talking about Zoll-wise, if I actually, like, oh, right. Let me grab the actual, like, player real quick. Dude, I do have an actual proper spawn system. I just, like, am having in debug mode. These are Zols. I need to make them split, because at the current moment, whenever you hit them, they just, like, lose HP. They don't split properly. Not backworks, though. Hey. Red Zols. Into smaller versions on taking damage, which that's not that hard. Oh yeah, and the Bull Brothers. For anybody that like, fun fact about the actual like mini bosses in the first dungeon, the two boomerang enemies that actually spawn in here are not moblins. Like moblins are very common, like enemy inside of like Legend of Zelda games, 2D and 3D. But the two enemies that actually spawn in here are actually not moblins. They're like bovine brothers or something. And if you actually like zoom in on their sprite, they're actually just rodeo bulls, like actual bulls. Minotaur would probably be better statement for them. So like the mini bosses in this dungeon is actually like two minotaurs. I think I actually have like let's go to characters, enemies, Oh yeah, I need spinners as well. Spinners, I've already got a lot of the spinners actually like set up. Okay, I know I literally have written out some stuff about enemy behavior. Oh yeah, that was my early like I was gonna actually set that up. Let's go here. I want to actually like find this because I actually did have like them actually like broken down and actually like somewhere. Yeah, you can see like oh yeah, I forgot I had a lot of this typed out. Yeah, the brother Gorias. That's actually what they're called. These guys are actually a red and blue bull. Yeah, the brother Gorias. I was trying to remember. You know, but they actually have a different sprite and everything. So I'm gonna have a separate issue, like a separate task for that mini boss. They do already spawn, but I need to set up their. I need to make their boomerang, like projectile boomerangs, work better. And thankfully, I found a really like interesting, like a really interesting thing for out like math algorithms for game devs, which was kind of really funny. Is this it? Oh, whoa, no. Oh no, I wasn't meaning to leave YouTube Studio. Let me see if I can find it real quick because this is actually really, really useful. I'll have to see where like I have a link to it. Actually, I might have it. Wait, I might actually put it inside of my design document for Oracle Seasons. Oh, I think I actually put it inside of like I swear I have a link. Okay. Like I said, I haven't actually been inside like this document in a while because I've been having to like focus on work for a while. I was actually rearranging a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, items. Dungeon items. Nope. Damn. I have a link somewhere, but I actually found like a link that has like different like math stuff for like projectiles, like trajectory, boomerang, and it's very useful for anybody doing like a 2D game development. Yeah, so red moblins. Keys, like I said, I'm just typing them out now. I will actually like fill out information. I just want to get the actual like task down. That way I know like, okay, this is what I need to focus on, and this is what I need to like add more detail. Because I haven't been really able to do that for the projects. So it's actually going to be nice to be able to finally properly do that. It really does speed up development. Okay, let's actually get out of talking about like the dungeon and stuff. Let's actually get out of here and let's actually go to a different scene. Select scene asset. And let's actually go to north we're on. So let's actually do this as well. Basically, for my first goal, I want to make it where you can get for the entire dungeon. Actually, let's actually create like a actual like milestone. Let's do this. So what I know I need, we'll need the ember seeds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually assign it to, yeah, first iteration. I'll do all the non-bosses for the first iteration. Yeah, so I'll just like set these. Audio manager also do for first iteration. Do not like I already got most of this done. So these will be like the first like non-prototype release on the itch page. Again, itch page already has like playable builds, but they've been just like prototyping. So we're kind of like setting up like, okay, this is what we need. Oh, hey, there's the UI art. I was actually like mimicking like I was actually going to bring in like a Minish Cap style UI into Oracle Seasons, and because it honestly looks better than like the Oracle Seasons like pasty top part. All right, so what else do we need for like the first like non like prototyping thing? I don't think I need the boss for the first one. I'm gonna actually go and let's actually do this. We're gonna say let's actually say inventory menu. Inventory menu. And you know, I mean, we already got like, okay, I mean, like I can already like open inventory. I can already like actually like switch equipment and actually like use most equipment, but there's some things I actually I need to like actually update on it. Fun fact, most people might have noticed there's no stack numbers. Like, you know how like in Zelda games you say like, okay, you currently have 19 bombs or like 20 Gel Seeds or like Ember Siege, whatever. Yeah, I don't have the stack number. There is a stack system. I just haven't made the actual number. So we need to do that. That's like, I need to set that up. So let's say quantity. Just for my own simplicity's sake, amount label in the UI. The UI doesn't show the amount on hand in the inventory. So let's do that. Like that's going to be something we need. Actually, I wouldn't even say that's polishing. That's just more like actually finishing. I'm going to say stackable equipment. And I think actually let's do yes. Okay, I know this may look like a bare bones like actual like task. I'm gonna come back and add more to this task in a second, but I also need to say certain equipment like a bomb bag equipment. So we're gonna need to actually like finish up the bomb bag. Like, you know, the bomb bag can actually already open up walls and damage enemies. Like if I actually go back to like the dungeon here, like if I grab the player and if I actually go up here, you'll notice that we have like actual like wall here. Yeah, okay, so bomb bag can already like open up walls and stuff, but obviously we need some polishing for the animation and a few other things. So yeah, let's go ahead and just write some notes that we need down. Polishing. And I'm going to just do some quick notes. Prove the animation. We're going to say update the way bombs check for destructible objects. And this is actually like technically I have something like that already. I have my custom like physics thing that I actually have. Like if I actually go to do my physics system, if I actually go into it, there's actually like already a way to like define like hitboxes and also like physics events and stuff like that. But what I need to do is I actually need to set up a system for like a better filtering system for specifically like what is called the physics body API. The physics body API is part of Unity's Physics Core 2D module. It allows you to like create your own custom physics and like components. There's some things I need to do with this specifically for whenever we trigger like contact events or just trigger events to improve like the actual like bomb interactions. So basically I'm going to just say, just for now, actually to do body dot contact, sorry, not body, physics shape. It's actually part of the physics shape. Physics body can actually have multiple physics shapes. That's actually how I have the boss having multiple like colliders, or not colliders, because I actually do not have any colliders inside this project at all. But basically, like one physics body can have multiple physics shape. Example, like the boss horn. If we actually go to like the boss's horn, that's one physics shape, and then like his feet is one physics shape, but it's the same physics body. So basically, like you could have one body with multiple like hitboxes, stuff like that. And we need to do that. We definitely need to do that. I mean, it works right now. Like I can actually kill enemies and also destroy walls, as you saw. But we need to improve it, especially if we want to make it like a actual like a stable and bug-free system, or not. I wouldn't say stable and bug-free. More like a system that I can easily like set up and edit for like future objects. Okay. I literally let's say UI related. Now, I need to actually that I'm actually gonna put that inside a different task, because there's one thing I gotta like just do, and it'll actually work for all stackable objects. Equipment UI. Yeah, I'm gonna just say stackable equipment UI just for now. So there, it's one thing. Already got like Ruby working. Just need to sync the stack amount and the player inventory as well. And you know, tomorrow we're actually going to start like really heavily, like quickly implementing this. Tonight, just I need to plan this out. Like I need to figure out like, okay, what I need, because like going and making stuff like just on like whim and everything and so forth, like it's okay for prototyping. I mean, you still need to plan stuff out, but now since we're like past the prototype and be like, okay, is this even doable? We know it's doable and so forth. I mean, I've always known it's doable, but I was wanting to test out just like some Unity's alpha and beta features. Now since we're done with that, we can actually start doing a proper planning. Unity's UI toolkit, runtime binding. The instance scriptable equipment data. Scriptable object, or actually, I'm going to just say equipment data, because equipment data inherits from scriptable object. Yeah. And those seems like very short summaries, but yeah, at least getting them here so I can actually start seeing like, okay, man, I got all this to do. Also, I kind of want to just get them into things so I can be like, okay, this is going to be, we're going to actually add this to the first iteration. I need that in the first iteration. That in the first iteration. That one definitely, I mean, that's probably going to be the first thing I do. You know, I updated physics method. I knew it was going to break stuff. Like I purposely broke it because I had a better way to do it. I just need to like implement the actual improved version to certain tasks. So I guess for now, I'll take you there. Actually, and yeah, all right. I think this is our like good like starting point. Oh yeah, player deaths or player health. Phase one. Uh, It's not synced. Resync it, and also enable def respawn to go through the spawn system. Because like I said, I do have a spawn system. I just need to do it on def, spawn the player. Actually, on def, technically bring up the game over menu, or UI, game over UI menu. Let players choose their choice of, basically it's going to be like continue from last checkpoint. So like if you enter a dungeon, the dungeon entrance is the last checkpoint. Or like I might add it where like there's a checkpoint before the boss door as well. So maybe if in a dungeon, I know that's not in the original game, but maybe make it where people don't have to do like run backs if they do die from dungeon, because I am going to be adding stuff through boss fights. So some players might appreciate it. Some players might just ignore it and want to go just restart from dungeon. Let them choose. Menu. I'm not gonna have a exit game directly from the game over menu, because I want people accidentally like maybe bump a button, accidentally hit it, and then they're like, crap, I gotta reopen the game, stuff like that. Title screen menu specifically. Basically all we got to do with that is actually we actually go, well, I can go to the player real quick and just gonna add like a little slight note. Player health. Actually, I think I actually have most of that set up. I think I just need to actually add the spawn system back in. I'll have to do a couple other things, but yeah. And then let me actually test this out real quick. This might actually, I might have already like finished this. Player. Oh, there's, oh yeah, inventory player. I was like, what? And oh yeah, actually I remember why I disabled this, because I was having to update the actual like room system, because we're gonna do this. We're gonna just say net transform. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what it was. I needed to so it did technically spawn a player. I just got to resync up the like actual like a room system, because I actually do have like a oh, okay. So fun fact, that actually did work. What it was is I forgot to disable like the debug. Yeah, okay, never mind. Oh wow, okay. So apparently I already finished that task. I just completely forgot about it. Well, let's actually make sure that, okay, yeah, that task is actually done. Well, I'm gonna just add it as a task because I need to do some debug checking and stuff like that. But I actually forgot. I randomly was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and complete that task. There's a couple things I need to already do on this, or like polish on that, so we'll just keep that. We're gonna add, say, double check camera controller placement, because we need to do that. Room system. It looked like that. These two looked like they were working, but I want to like I want to just, you know, double check, make sure. Okay, I'm gonna actually like go ahead and add these two. Yeah, I want to actually add this one to here. I don't want to add too much more for like the first thing. Honestly, like getting these out of the way and also getting the audio manager out of the way is like, if I get these, people can actually go through the entire first dungeon. They can go through Horon Village. They can go through like a part of North Horon already, like and stuff like that. Cause like, yeah. I actually go. I'm pretty sure I made it where Oh yeah. Okay, I'm glad I checked this because I was wanting to make sure that I'm trying to remember gone off schools. Actually, let's do exterior transitions. There we go. Because I needed to check something real quick on this, see if I need to add this as a task. Okay, I'm actually going to move this over here real quick. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because the same change that I did for like the or is it should be like a couple of the other changes that I did for oh yeah, the bomb bag, like the contact physics change. I also need to test for like external transitions like this. So I need to check that as well. Let me make sure. Did I set this as on trigger awake? Actually, I want to just make sure this is actually what I'm thinking. So let's actually go to the give it a second while it's initializing the debugger. That just takes a couple seconds. Yeah. All right, so let's go to Horon Village real quick. Let's actually, I don't, it's actually okay. Since we're going to be testing this out quite a bit, I'm assuming I'm gonna actually yeah, I'm gonna actually move him down here, and I'm gonna actually do a couple checks real quick. You know what? I just realized these should actually be working. The reason why is because my transition into town is the same thing. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Check. Oh yeah, check. So that's correct. Okay, yeah. This is actually the thing I mentioned where I need to like fix something for like the bomb bag. Like in this task, this is actually the this method is actually the method I need to like update, because I'm pretty sure if I go here, it's gonna just go, yep, it's gonna just go here. Yeah. All right. So this is I just need to update this method. Also, this fixes a couple. When I update this, this will also fix the interactions. Like this is what when I updated this method, it changed the interaction, the bomb. Like interaction with the player and opening chest. It's what changed the bomb stuff and a few other things. So I just need to like tweak this, like update it to the new method, because there's a new method, and I just need to do that. So yeah. So also I want to make sure like, okay, visitor object or visitor shape is player. Yeah. So visitor shape is player, and if I actually go into like the owner user data, yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I purposely broke this one because I had a better way to do it, and I just need to like change it. So that's not like a, oh no, that's an unknown bug. That's actually me purposely doing that. because I actually had a better way to do this now. Actually, go into this now, I need to tweak a couple things. What I need to do is basically, instead of saying like out game object player, I could actually oh, actually, I do technically need a player just for actually, no, I don't even need that. The reason why I don't need this anymore, yeah, so I can actually just get like the begin event dot visitor shape. I can actually just get its transformed position, and I can actually just use that instead of doing this. Reason why this would actually make things a little bit better, since the custom physics actually relies on like the physics core module 2D API, it's based on like read-only structs instead of like components. So if I can actually get rid of like any references to like game objects or anything, that'd be great. So what I could do instead, I could actually see, I could say, actually, I could just make sure like, I could just say like, if the, yeah, you know what, I could actually do this. What I could do is I could say, I could say, I could check, make sure, I could just make sure like its actual like category is like a player. Like I could do that. I could also, yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff I could, there's so many ways I could actually check this now with all the API change. Oh, so I forgot to do something right here. Begin event. Always make sure, I will be doing like a, always want to make sure they're valid before you use like them inside on trigger events, because since I'm doing some things multi-threading, like a physics shape could have actually been destroyed at the same time as this is actually going through. So gotta always make sure like this is valid. So I could literally, for now, I could just say probably filter, contact filter, yeah. I could just say okay. Might not even really need to worry about this. Reason why is I can just make sure like this is specifically like the player thing. Oh, actually, the reason why I didn't do this or have this set is I want to make sure that I don't like shoot a player projectile. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'll do that off stream. There's a couple things because fun fact, if I have like a projectile and it's marked player, like that would also technically like trigger it. So yeah, what I could do is like I'm pretty sure like the player at the current moment is, yeah, the player body is just straight up just player. So what I could do is I could actually just say I could say like the visitor shape dot contact filter, and I could just say categories. I could say I think okay, I think this overload will do what I want. I'm gonna just say player there. Struct physics mass. I mean, okay, for now that's okay. So what this will let me do is I can just literally straight up I'll just like straight up do this for a second. Var visitor shape equals begin event visitor shape. The reason why I'm not catching it up here is like up here I want to make sure it's actually first valid. So before I even try to catch it, so I can just say contact, and then we'll return this. There's more ways I can do this. Like there are more ways. Uh, oh yeah, okay, well, actually just say vector 3 as well. And then I could say oh right. Instead of saying okay, yeah, I forgot. So since the physics transform is actually well, there's multiple issues with it. Actually, I could just say body dot transform. Do. Y'all wonder what does actually be faster? Like actually, actually, can I? Is there like a now like a thing where I could just say, can I just do that now? You couldn't originally do that. You couldn't originally, but I could just do this now. And we'll take care of that in a little bit, like because there is a more efficient way to do that. But for now, whoops, yeah, modify. Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a second. I shouldn't be able to modify that because like it should be only like a. Well. Well, I could say position. Actually, wait, can I, oh yeah, because that would actually be, just, doing a thing. Alright, position, do, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this will also be sending because read-only static. Well, okay, so what I could do is, wait, actually, can I just get to, like, transform object? Don't know if this is gonna work. This is a bad idea. Like for physics simulation stuff, for now it's okay, but there I gotta like change that. But yeah, since we're talking about like low level physics, I mean it should work. Like that should allow for like custom filtering. Okay. Also let's go ahead do this real quick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, okay. Yeah, visitor shape, contact. Alright, so. And then player, oh, okay. I was like, man, that should have worked first try. So the categories is a bit mask. I need to convert it, I need to convert this over to like actual, like a bit mask. So. I do have reasons for having like constant values. Player, bit mask. That should be 1024. That should be 1024. We're gonna find out. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's multitude of ways I could do this, but for now, I want to just test this out. Okay, so how about player bitmask? Yeah, because the categories returns actual like bitmask value. So instead of a actual like layer value, I need it as a bitmask value. Alright, this should work. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead. Okay, yeah, 124, and then like the visitor should the category should be 120. Wait, what? Categories 120, 1000. Okay, the value is working. How's this equal thing? Oh, because it's value type. Okay, yeah. Okay. Fun fact: value types. Whenever you're doing equals, if you don't have like a custom overload. Okay, so what I can just say is I could just do and we're gonna just say if yeah, we could just do it this way instead of doing equals. I thought there was a I thought physics mask actually had a overload specifically for that. Hey Nymph, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay. I'm just updating a couple things since I changed how certain physics stuff work. Okay, that should 124. Oh yeah, okay. So that fixes that again, that was purposely broken because there was a better way to do like the previous system. Yay, okay. now we got transitions improved. Well, just physics in general is now improved. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that debug line. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move that back before I forget. All right. Okay, so Nymph, just in case you're wondering what you're missed, I actually started creating like a backlog of like what is needed for actual like milestone builds for like the itch build, because I do have like itch like itch profile page just for like fan remake games. I'm going to be actually creating actual build where you can actually go through the entire dungeon, and previous streams I haven't really like set like task and planned out stuff. I mean, I've literally have dozens of like pages and stuff like planned out, but not to like actual like Kanban or like task management thing. So I finally set that up so I know like there's going to be multiple types of builds. CoreCLR, for anybody like, I know I say this word a lot, I'm a broken record for today's stream. I'm doing CoreCLR and WebGL. Unity actually has support for CoreCLR now, and I've already tested it. I was able to play through the entire thing. I just need to implement the changes here, and once I get this stuff changed, I'll make actual like a update build, and it'll be WebGL, and it's WebGL, WebGPU, and CoreCLR, by the way. And I'll have a fallback for people that might have issues with CoreCLR, so there'll be 4 different ones. 2 stable builds, basically, and then 2 experimental builds. Well, actually, I guess WebGPU is no longer experimental, so, but some people might be using like a very old mobile device, and I will include WebGL just in case. So, and granted, like, you can already like run the WebGL build already. So multiple options for people, but the build that's currently up there is actually like with the update I did, even the WebGL build should be way more faster. I just need to actually finish a couple things and then update it. We gotta do the audio manager settings system. Technically, I just need to make the UI and bug test it, make sure there's no bugs. I need to finish the in-game inventory menu, because I mean, yeah, I can actually like select items and I can actually like equip items and actually use it, but there's a couple things I need to do on there. And I also need to, I decided I'm gonna finish all the normal enemies in the boss, or in the first dungeon. I'm not gonna worry about the boss yet. That'll be next release. But yeah, so basically I just got to do these tasks and these 2 tasks. I actually just finished fixing this one because what I purposely like broke earlier to start updating certain physics events. But yeah, so I'm hoping in 2 to 3 days. Yeah, I think actually within 2 to 3 days I'll have all these done, and then I'll start actually like sharing like test builds out, and people can actually start like giving actual feedback. I'll just have the dungeon 1, I'll have some of Horon Village, I'll have some of the North Horon area, and I'll have some of West Horon. Yeah, I mean, okay, do note the page is public, but what is up there right now is pure prototype. It's not like this current, like I've only made the itch page already just so I could like do private testing of like WebGL and a few other things. So like what builds are up there are nowhere near the state of the current like actual project. Like they're 2 weeks behind, and the last 2 weeks I've added a lot. I mean a lot. Okay, it's more than, okay, I know there's, oh yeah, I love how I haven't even like started doing real development logs because I was wanting to get like a testing done. And for anybody wondering, like, what I mean, the link is public technically, but I have it where it doesn't appear inside like the like search thing. So if I actually like go, I have like the game unlisted. So if you have the link, you can go to it, but you can't like search for it right now because I was wanting to actually get like a first true build and then actually like make the page look good, because the page is kind of just thrown together for a moment. But yeah. Also, I'm taking feedback on quality of life features officially now. For example, hotkey to quick switch between different like seeds in the satchel. I'm thinking of removing the gel seeds completely and just making it where you can fast travel to any like tree stump you found. That way you don't even have to worry about any of that stuff. Things like that. But yeah. So we got a list. We actually got like a small list. I'll actually add details to like the actual task and everything, because this stream was just kind of me like giving a rundown like, hey, I'm gonna start actually doing the task list, and I plan to make this public so anybody can actually see like, okay, what is he currently working on, where is he at. Like I do plan on making this public page so people can actually like give feedback and report bugs. You know. But yeah, so, and again, the code is public, all the code is public right now, so for anybody that hasn't like seen any of my previous stuff on this, like I actually have like a public GitHub repos. A warning, they're all alpha, like the code is like alpha stage. So if anybody like looks at the code, some of them like the code is going to be changing quite a bit for a couple more weeks, and then like there should be like less breaking changes. The only reason why there's been so many breaking changes, well, I've kind of been waiting on like a CoreCLR from Unity, and now since we actually got it, and just to point this out, like I can literally create a build with CoreCLR right now and it just works. It's beautiful. Unity 6.7 CoreCLR just works. If anybody that doesn't know why that's important, it brings like 8 years worth of like language features for coding to Unity. Oh, do you know, it's 6.7, you can't use those new features yet. They just wanted to make it where people can actually like build to CoreCLR, but it brings a huge performance increase. I got 10x performance on some projects. I was able to get 8 million physics simulation, like particles, like water particles, dynamic particles in a project. 8 million water drops physically simulating without a GPU, like pure CPU. I was like, all right, I'm good with CoreCLR. It was worth waiting years for the update. The performance is stupidly good. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I might need to add something to that task list. Oh yeah, I haven't added it to a task list, but I have been actually, I've already got it started. Pause menu. That way people can literally pause the game and exit. For now, I'm literally just gonna put, as a game, resume game. Key or control or input short controls. This is not meant to be like a polished one. This is literally just, actually I should put prototype really also I probably should put spawn at last checkpoint. I haven't found any places where the physics get stuck, but just because I haven't found it doesn't mean like players won't find it, so I guess I should also add that. I'm gonna just like add that. Like for now, like I'll add more details to it. I should actually put that on the roadmap before I forget. Yep, add that to the first iteration. This will be the Aquarius will be the second iteration. But yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. So I think I got like the like all we need like on the backlog and all the explanations down. It's time to actually start like working on it. I actually want to work on the audio manager real quick. So for the rest of the stream, we're actually going to be just making features and stuff. Audio manager. Okay, so the audio manager is going to basically be what controls the audio, I guess. I mean, I know it sounds simple, but it's actually going to be a lot more than just that. I'm going to actually make it where like certain caves and stuff, like there's caves that I plan to make like echo effects. Like I'm going to make it where people can turn it off because I know some people might not like that. But make it where like even the audio sounds like nice and so forth. Like there's areas in the game where you go to side scroller view and you're like underground. I want to add like kind of like just fun echo effects there too. So yeah, let's actually begin. All right, so first things first, I have obviously audio sources, but we need to create the audio mixer system. Audio mixer basically allows me to give a separate volume to background music, sound effects, ambient noises, so like water dropping. Also allows me to do distortion effects like the cave or echo chamber, stuff like that. Another thing about it is it allows me to make it where, like, say you have the background music playing, or for example, actually this is a better example. Let's say you're playing a game that has dialogue, voiced dialogue. And you might have it where like you want players to be able to make it where as you walk through town, random dialogue from NPCs are like overshadow like the audio from like random ambient noises. You can actually make it where there's damping, where like the dialogue from NPCs dampen and like quiet out ambient noise, so you can hear NPCs more clear. That way, like maybe people that have hearing problems can't pick up noises or like dialogue as easy, so it helps with that. Like there's a magnitude of things. So let's actually implement that real quick. Let's do audio. Yeah, let's just say audio for now. And I'm actually going to go in here. We're going to say audio manager, or sorry, audio mixers. I already have like a lot of the audio manager already done. I just need to set up the audio mixers. So how this is, we can actually go in here. I can say audio mixer. This is going to be like a master mixer. Go ahead and say audio mixer. So inside audio mixer, I can actually open this up. I can add channels, groups, and so forth. So I can actually add a new group here. I can say this is our like SF group. I somehow did not capitalize the X, but everything else. I can also say like background music. I'll actually like put that up here. So basically, like if you ever played a game where like, okay, you can like lower like the master volume and it lowers everything else, or you could just like lower just the background music volume. This is how you do it inside Unity. Do note there's also ways you could do it with like audio containers or the ARC system. And ARC system, it opened up on my left monitor. 1 second. We'll also be playing with the ARC system as well, because the ARC system allows you to actually randomly choose different like audio sound effects and stuff. One thing I could actually do with this, I could also make it a music player, so people can actually choose the background music that's playing. Like literally, I can just go here and I can be like, okay, let's do. Actually, I don't think I think I just named it like BM. Or like background. I forgot what I added a asset label. I didn't name it. I added an asset label. But basically, I could also make it where people could have a music player. That way they can choose what song is playing. So stuff like that. There's a multitude of things we could actually do. So let's just go in here. We're gonna have background music. I'm not gonna do ambient yet. I am gonna do UI specific SFX. I'm gonna actually separate like normal SFX and UI SFX. And if anybody's wondering like why you might have like UI SFX, it's feedback to know that like your game isn't frozen, or like you're actually like your controller is actually reading input properly, stuff like that. It's just form of feedback that sometimes helps people. So yeah, we can do set this up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go to our audio manager. How I'm going to do this is we're gonna have our like audio source for the background music right here, so you can see like we have our thing. Also, if I hit play here, you'll notice it instantly changes. So I do already have like a maybe not easily noticeable. You'll notice right here it says Horon Village. When I enter play mode, you'll notice that it instantly switches to the Dungeon 1 theme song. So I actually do have like some of the audio manager for like dungeon theme song switching and overworld like music switching partially implemented. But what we want is we want to make it, we actually want to link these to good. Well, that is the first bug I ran into for Unity 6.72. There was actually no labels for it. That's okay. I'm assuming that this ain't bug. Yeah, that's actually the first bug I ran into in the alpha version of Unity 6.72. That's funny, and it's not a breaking bug. So oh well. But I could do this. So now we have like a audio source dedicated to background music. I have an audio source dedicated to like SFX, and what I can do at the current moment, I have like like audio channel types. So you'll see I have one for like music, and then I have one for like SFX, and now I can also add one for the actual like UI, so forth, and stuff like that. And what it'll do is I can actually sync now. You'll see that we have like a little fresh, like threshold mode and stuff like that. And then we also have like a volume. Do you know when you're using audio mixers, you're working with decibels, not like pure percent of like, okay, this is 0% volume, this is 100% volume. When you're working with audio mixers, you're actually working with attenuation volume, which is measured in decibels. And there is like there's actually a math formula that converts like this to percentage. I'm not kidding. There's like a logarithmic math formula. So let's actually start setting this up. I'm also going to set up like the default like sound, like just in general like sound for them. So like also I want to make sure, did I also make it where like whenever it first enters it, okay, it does not set these. I wasn't 100% sure or not. So for now, I'm gonna just focus on the SFX and the background music. I won't worry about the UI later, or for now. So what we need to do is, I need to have it where, first I need to actually unmute it. So you guys might hear, I don't know how loud it's coming through the stream, but you might hear the background music now. I have it purposely low. So I want to make it where we have like actual like UI to basically allow people lower the volume. And you can even see here, so before I created these audio mixers, I couldn't like visualize the audio, but now I can. So if I actually go to, let's actually go to SFX. So you'll notice the SFX, there's literally nothing there right now. There's like no green volume. But if I actually come here, and you'll notice that when I destroy a plant and a plant destruction sound effect plays, or when I pick up this ruby, you'll see the audio volume actually like get synced with it. So let's actually get this going and so forth. Let's get out the transition code. I might just make like a temporary like settings menu just for now. Actually, yeah, that might be a good idea. So let's make, let's actually just think about a temporary settings menu. Let's go to, hey, Sprite. And let's actually grab this. Okay, one second, I gotta shut my room door for a second. Also, let's go here. Okay, so basically what I'm thinking is like for the UI menu, I'm gonna actually just grab this. Do know, like, I'm in early stages, so like the UI doesn't need to be perfect. But what I'm thinking is like just for like a audio, like a settings tab, you have like let's actually grab like this. So basically you have like your tabs here. So like this is like video settings, your audio settings, input settings tab, and stuff like that. So I'll just like go here. Actually, this might be better done in Krita. Actually, since I'm going to be doing some text, let's actually just go to Krita real quick. Whoops. It's been a while since I've had to use Krita, so my memory on certain shortcut keys might be a little bit off. Also, I need to choose a right layer. Oh, is Krita not like actually? There we go. For some reason, it was not wanting to actually grab like the correct layer, and it was copying the blank layer. Let's go. All right, so what I want to do is we're going to just go here, and we're gonna just I'm gonna create a new probably just I'll just say a new vector layer real quick, and I'm gonna just say settings tab. Yeah, I'm just gonna be making like a mock-up. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll have like game control settings, like video settings, audio settings, and then like input control settings, like stuff like that. Shut it. Sorry. I think my dog literally like kicked open the door and just walked away after I shut it. I was like, all right, thanks, Pooch. But yeah, so like we'll just have oh, I should change the actual like font color, that way it doesn't blend in with the thing. So just for mock-up reasons, we're gonna just do this. I'm gonna say like game settings. Game settings. All right. All right, Krita, come on. Oh yeah, they changed their okay, so I forgot. I just downloaded the version of Krita actually has like the new text tool thing. So Krita's actually been working on like a text tool. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, why is this not working? Okay, I know why. Okay, yeah, it did actually add it. But it actually added yeah, it actually added it to the actual like child of the actual like SVG. Ah, okay. Well, don't do this to me, Krita. Are you kidding me, Krita? It was just a freaking text. I just added text. All right, screw that. Never mind. Did I say we were going in Krita? We're going in Hey Sprite. Fun crash moment. I'll have to download the stable version. Don't worry, it only took me like 4 minutes to get to this point. Yeah, but anyways, blah blah blah. We'll have our like tabs. What I'm thinking is like, let's say this is the audio tab. Let's say we have the audio tab here. I'm thinking like just having like a little like a bar, like just like a general bar. So you have like your master volume bar, your background music bar, your sound effects bar, and then your UI bar. And then basically you have like right here will be like actual like a like the actual like current value of the volume. Then maybe just have it where there's like a minus button and then like a plus button, something like that. Or, okay, well if I can draw a straight line, you know what? That's our plus button. Yeah, that's our plus button. Basically something like this. So you can either, and these will be like label filled, so you can actually like manually type in what volume you want, or you could hit like the plus or minus button and go like increments of like 5 or 10. Stuff like that. Okay, I know like shitty mock-up, but I mean, you get the idea. It's basically something like that. So let's actually go and let's actually like just create like a actual mock-up of this that actually works. So I guess what I could do is let's go to our UI toolkit. Let's go to our menus. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go into like settings. Let's create a folder for like settings menus or setting menu. Just create our actual like settings tab UXML. I might do this in like C# instead of UXML. We'll find out. UI toolkit, and I almost accidentally like did a UI animation clip. Oh yeah, we'll animate it. There we go, guys. We'll just animate this. And what I'll do is I'll have like a actual like settings menu. Go here, blah blah. Open it up. Go and just start setting this up. So want to make sure like if I'm like adding the audio manager, I want to make sure like I actually have the settings for like I'm creating the settings menu while I'm making it. So let's actually do this. Let's go and let's I'll just add like a full visual element container. I'll just say settings root container. Oh, not a capital C. That actually does matter. That actually does matter a lot if it's capitalized or not. And what I'll do is I'll just make this, I'll just give it the background of a sprite, and we'll just do the inventory menu. And for my own sanity's sake, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a actual like style sheet. Nope. Go and create an actual style sheet, and we're going to just actually use this. So I'm going to say settings menu. Grab this, delete that, and I'm going to say I'm going to just say settings root container. And we're gonna make sure this is actually like I actually want this to be 100%, and let's also match the game size. So this way we can actually see what it should somewhat look like. And basically we'll have like for the audio container bars, I'll say the audio let's just say like audio bar. Actually, I'll just say audio tab. Actually, no, I need to just say audio tab. Yeah, audio settings tab. Yeah, remember, like there's certain naming convention. There's a reason why I was actually going to set this up. So audio settings tab. Also going to just like copy this and make a selector for it. There's reasons why I'm trying to separate the settings root and then like audio settings tab itself, since the settings root container will actually allow for actually, instead of saying specifically audio tab, I'm going to say just settings tab. And the reason why is because I can reuse this for audio input settings and like graphic settings for people. So basically, for now, this is actually going to end up being our, so we'll actually say settings tab down here, add that to the actual like class list, and I'll say settings tab up here as well. And I will actually keep this as a name, audio settings, but we'll just use like settings tab as a class. So settings class will be 100%. Also 100%, we don't care about like the child content size. We want to make sure like the entire, like it is the size of the entire thing. So oh, I need to actually properly, I forgot the S in settings, so I literally just named it settings. So I was like, okay, there we go. So yeah. So there's a couple things we could do. We could have a slider int or just a normal slider, but honestly like a actual slider works as well. So I'm going to say master volume slider. And so master volume slider, and then we're also going to want to have a background, or I'll just say BG volume slider, or BG music volume slider. Then we'll have one for just SFX. I will do a UI one later, but for now I just want, I don't have any like UI sounds. And what we're going to do here is we're going to actually say this is a, we're going to go and add a, like a style class. I'm going to say this is a, we'll just say audio slider. Actually, I might be able to just like get away with just saying like like if I'm going to use the slider for other things, I might be able to just use it for other You know, for now I'm gonna just say audio slider. I don't want to like stay too focused on that. But now we have it where we can actually have that. So I'm gonna say we're gonna first see like text and stuff, because as you can see here, like text is kind of like a little bit of small. So let's actually get these set up real quick. For the audio settings tab, I'm going to go ahead and add some like padding. That way it doesn't start at the very top. For now, I'm going to say just 5. Oh, okay, maybe 10. Normally, you might want to do like actual like pixel-based stuff. 11%. Okay, 12.5%. Yeah, there we go. There you go. I'll polish it and make it look decent later. Hey, X-Ray, how are you doing? Yeah, welcome to the stream. If you're new here, I've minorly worked on this a little bit. I already got like a lot of stuff actually like working, like being able to push blocks, being able to like swing swords. Got some enemy spawning. I basically got like prototyping done. I need to actually like polish and actually like make the systems, and or like not make, well, some systems I still need to make from scratch, but like basically polish and actually like make sure everything looks good. But I do have like some stuff working. Like I can actually pick up a key. I can actually do you know the ember seeds, I haven't added like damage yet for them. So, but I can like actually go into my inventory and actually equip certain things. So it's basically very early prototype stage stuff. Today's actually a first stream now. I'm going to be starting to like actually polish and get stuff working. But welcome to the stream. But currently, not only am I remaking it, I'm kind of making like quality of life stuff. So we're working on the settings menu right now for the first like decent release. I've had like prototype releases just for like concept, but now it's actually time to make it actual release. So currently just working on the audio settings, and then I'm going to be working on the actual like audio manager and getting like the actual like audio like mixer and stuff working, stuff like that. Also, I'm adding stuff like dynamic lighting, and I'm also updating like the actual like UIs and a few other things. So it's gonna play kind of similar like the original, but I'm adding just basically quality of life stuff. So let's go and let's do this. Okay, so master. I don't know about anybody else here, but I hate it when you play or you install a new game and the default value of the audio is full blast. So we're gonna do 65% for default, and then I'm also gonna have like 80. Do note like the master volume affects all the other ones, so I'll have 80 for like the background. And let's go ahead and say background. We're also going to need to set the actual like sizing of like these, because as you see here, as I add more text, it will actually move the bar over. So we'll also have to install that, but that's okay. SX volume. Actually, instead of like adding the word volume to these, what I could just do is like I'm gonna actually say like most people understand that it's like background music and stuff like that. What I'm gonna do here is I'll just have like a label that says like a volume section. That way I don't have to have like the word volume on all of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have the sound effects be like probably 65% for the default volume. All right, so yeah, so let's do this. Oh, instead of saying audio settings tab, you know, that's okay for the current moment. I actually need to create a tab container. Tab view. And the reason why we need a tab view is this way I can do like a tab for like audio, tab for graphic settings, custom controller setup, stuff like that. So you have like a tab, and then you actually have like a tab views, stuff like that. There we go. And I actually need to shove all these down into this one tab. And put that in there. There we go. So it's kind of small at the moment, but actually, I put the padding on the settings root container. What I might actually want to do is actually put it inside top one. Yeah, that might actually be better. So let's actually do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say, I'm going to actually just start quickly creating the tabs. First tab is going to be audio settings. I'm going to just say audio for now. And okay, so we're going to say audio tab. And just create another like a tab real quick as well. Just for certain graphic settings. I won't do like the graphic settings this stream, but I will make sure they're done before the actual first release. All right. And I need to actually make sure the audio tab is first. There we go. Because depending on what tab you have first, when the player first goes to... Actually, no, I do need a graphics tab be first because most people see the graphics thing. I actually want to test it out because I know there are some changes to actual like how the tabs and stuff was done recently. Not a lot of changes, like just very minute changes. I want to make sure that I actually am not having to do any other setup. So let's say settings menu real quick. And I'm going to say panel renderer. Set up the UI panel settings. And then set up the settings menu. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to turn off my physics debugging real quick. That way we don't have random like boxes and stuff just peering over it. There we go. Makes it a little bit easier to see. All right, so let's see. Yep, okay, cool. Oh, I forgot to actually say, hey, graphics. I said, just basically trying to get like a... Oh, I want to see like how like a... All right, yeah. There we go. Guys, I'm gonna actually probably stop the stream here. This stream was literally just supposed to be a planning stream, not like actual like I'm going to be doing a lot of development on stream. Like I said, it's basically with me planning this out and also just talking with people and also just displaying like what my plan of action is. Also thinking about like where to go from here. I'm gonna actually get dinner. Basically, I'm trying to say I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So I'm gonna actually end the stream. I'll actually be streaming at a better time tomorrow. Today I just want to do a stream today because I haven't been able to because I've had a lot of like work stuff I really need to focus on. But yeah. So I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all for joining. We got a lot planned out for the first release. I'll start getting stuff set up. And I'll make sure like the link to the actual like game gets updated so like people can actually like test out the game basically after I finish the first actual decent playable release, because again there's an itch page people can play it on, but it's kind of was prototype. It's time for actual playable build. So thank you all for joining me. I am going to call it. Next stream will be tomorrow. And we'll actually just only make new stuff. We'll be working on enemies. We'll be working on other stuff in UI. I'll do the UI off stream because UI is so boring to watch. I'm so sorry to all viewers that ever have to watch like UI stuff. Most of the time, like UI systems are so boring to watch. So I'll do the settings menu and stuff off stream so you guys don't have to suffer for that boring part. But hopefully you guys have a good day. Sorry I've been gone a couple of days. We are back, and see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go and I probably make me either a hamburger or like, I don't even know. I might do like barbecue chicken and like just make like a barbecue tortilla chicken wrap or ranch wrap or something like that. Take it easy, everyone. Have a good day.